Thank you. So far I've seen 3 people nodding off, so it's my challenge for the next 20 minutes to not make that more than 3. And I will check that throughout my sessions. Hopefully I can leave you behind with 3 key words that I think are extremely important going forward. One is personalization, the other one is education, and the last one is relevance. Because there is not just one consumer, there are billions of consumers with all their individual needs, interests and preferences. And I'm a bit concerned that to date I haven't heard the word personalization once. So hopefully that hasn't been just a buzzword of the last 6 months that has now disappeared, because I think personalization is still extremely important in everything we do going forward. So I'm going to talk you through a bit about what's happening in the market, the level of innovations on a very high level, what we've done as Tesco, what the journey is at customers' homes, or what our customers are going through, and what is happening in customers' homes that is relevant to retail and to all of you, and what will happen next. I can't predict the future, because if I could, I would not be here, believe me. But I can look at what kind of trends are happening, and that's what future tell us in a way in terms of retail and economy are doing. They are looking at trends and trying to connect all these trends in order then to come up with a possible journey that is going to happen over the next 10 years. And then trying to bring that all together, and again the personalization for customers in stores, what that will mean, and then I will summarize just to make sure that you get the message. Fine, so this slide has actually been up 3 times today, so it's great that we've got a bit of consistency. It's all about market trading that started initially, which you still see very much in Asia, because wet markets are still extremely popular over there. Stores, we bring everything under one roof. Then it was all about convenience, the smaller shop, the corner shop. But again, they have a different range, a selected range, and they're more appropriate for a different type of customers. Then we started to build a large out-of-town stores, with a massive range, and not only selling food, but also selling general merchandise. We started to work more and more on 24 hours trading, although, as said to previous speakers as well, not completely 24 hours, but close to. And then started to sell online, both food and general merchandise, and we've seen the introduction of the mobile devices. Whatever journey the customer takes, if it goes to a convenience shop or to a large out-of-town store, or uses the internet, the interaction with the brand is for the customer the same. It's just one organization that offers multiple channels and multiple interaction. So what you see happening is that there is lots and lots of innovation out. And some of the innovation is just gimmick. And unfortunately, I see a lot of organizations using that gimmick and introducing that as the new tool for their customers, which I think is wrong. I think it's great to have all the innovation. It's great to explore with it, to play with it. But it's very important to make sure that it's relevant to customers. I think you also take customers on a journey to understand what that technology can do to them. But a few things is one of the interesting gimmicks is that Pointer has developed an app that you can QR code a particular product, and that product will then go automatically without you having to touch that into your changing room, and you can actually fit it on. eMart has tried, or not tried, but very cleverly used a 3D QR code to drive sales during lunchtime. And Samsung has, for example, introduced smart glass technology that can make nearly scale to good. So, you can nearly make every service connect. So a lot of technology, and then you've got the smart pay as well, or the mobile pay, NFC, however you want to call it. Again, I went on a conference last week actually in Paris for mobile payment, and they're talking about mobile payment is the best thing since sliced bread. Well, possibly. However, only 1% of customers in the world are actually using it. So what do you do with the 99% of the other customers? Again, use your technology for good and make sure that the customers are taken with you. So what have we done? We have started to change from a bricks and mortar to a clicks and bricks organization. And that's easier said than done, I must admit. I've traveled a lot around the world, and I have only come across one organization so far that I classify as a truly multi-channel retailer. And it's a Chinese organization called Red Baby. They've got stores in Shanghai and area where they offer customers bathing facilities for their babies. And they've got all kind of baby-related products, so cross-category products, which is always challenging for retailers because we like to really think in one category only and think that that's how customers shop. Well, customers don't shop like that. Because customers need nappies for their babies, but they also need prams and they need clothing. So that's a cross-category offer. How do you bring those three commercial people together and make them think for one in the customer? But never mind. They are offering that service, and during that service they get advice from the store assistants. And they use the products that are available in the store, and clearly you can already see where it's coming from. Then they can subscribe to get their nappies delivered to the home address. They can go online and chat with mums that have equal experiences, share experiences together, and you can see that everything is coming together in a really good way. That, to me, is a really good example of being a multi-channel retailer and integrate bricks and clicks back to its maximum capacity. Well, we're on a journey. We are slightly bigger than That Baby, but we've started to make some great moves. So what we've introduced, for example, is virtual fitting rooms in our stores. So customers don't have to go into a fitting room anymore. They can stand in front of a screen and flick clothing literally like this in front of them to see how it all matches together and if it's something that they would like to purchase. Very popular, very interactive, and a bit of fun as well, which is always very engaging with customers. We also introduced endless aisles. Basically, the challenge for a retailer is how do I get as many products as possible on that lot, on that couple of meters in my store, and that space is clearly at a premium. So now with the virtual aisles, you can actually, or the endless aisles, sorry, you can actually add all your products in that particular category, in that particular aisle, onto the screen and let customers flick through and see what else there is. You can't yet order this straight away in the store. You can click on a receipt and you will then get a coupon making sure that we offer that product to the store. So the next phase is that because this was a trial, and just again see how relevant it is to customers, if customers like it, and we can now start to make it more transactional and make sure that the customer can order it there and then. Very popular. We're going to roll out this into all our stores, into multiple aisles, and you can see that the possibilities around this are huge. We also have lots and lots of apps. And one of the best apps around in our group is basically in Korea, where the Koreans, they're extremely technically savvy, have built one app with multiple emphasis into their office and services. So in that one app, you can shop online and grocery, you can do direct, i.e. general merchandise, you can go on your club card, loyalty points, etc., etc. You can blog, you can Twitter, etc., etc. Great app, and it's very popular with customers. We also have recipe finders, so again, you can put products together in store, or you can get inspiration about a certain recipe, and the recipe will say, in order to cook this for 4, you need this, this, and this, and this, and you can add that to your basket. Another really exciting invention, and we got worldwide press on this, was our virtual stores in Seoul, where we started initially, and basically invented this, where customers, where screens were put up on the underground in Korea, and customers could get QR scan their products there and then, add it to their basket, and deliver to their home address. Extremely successful, huge amount of publicity, and again, a journey that is showing a lot of relevance to us, because what we did with that invention is then took it to Gatwick last summer, at the airport where UK customers tend to fly most from in the Noord terminal, and we introduced the virtual shop there. Basically saying to customers, you're going on holiday today, you will be back in 2 weeks' time. Would it not be great to have all your shopping waiting for you at home so that you don't come into an empty fridge? Again, a great way of innovating, a great way of making a customer shopping journey more relevant and convenient. We also recently launched our online food program in 6 countries in 1 year. So we've now developed and deployed online food into 6 of our markets. Being a bit arrogant, I can say that there is no organization in this world that could have done that what we've done. And again, it shows how Tesco is using its scale for good, because we have a really successful operation in the UK, picked it up, used that operating model, applied localities to it, and implemented it. And we can launch a country in 3 months from nothing. So there's nothing to date, and 3 months later you will have an online business. We are starting to get in demand by other retailers to do this for them. So what's going to happen at home? Well, we think a lot. If you look at a house, you already see a lot of trends. So you see that water consumption is being monitored, which is really important and useful for not only utilities organizations, but also other organizations that can use that data and information to actually target customers personally. You can also imagine that as soon as you're finished with your product or your shampoo is finished, that if you have built-in scanners in your bathroom, that you just scan that item through your scanner, and that's going to be added to your basket straight away. You don't have to think about it anymore, because by the time you get home the other part, you've forgotten about it. So when you can do that there and then, you can see the opportunities there. Line setting to your preference, there's no future. My friend already got it. He's clearly has more money than me. He's got one device, one control, and as soon as he in the middle of the night wants to go to the toilet, you just press one button and all the lights throughout his bedroom, the hallway, to another few hallways of the big house, going into the actual toilet, are being lit up, and as soon as he walks back up again, they are going down. It's technology that's already there, and you can clearly see the opportunities going forward. In the lounge, the TVs will become computers and integrated within each other. Watching TV and at the same time browsing, comparing products, ordering products, is something that will happen and is already happening. You can clearly see that that's something that we will starting to use more and more, but also what programs are customers watching and what are they inspired to, what kind of ads are they staying there to watch rather than flicking over to another channel. There's all the information that is extremely relevant that you can use. And another one that we think is going to kick off is that the fridges will become smart fridges. And they already exist, LG already got them in Seoul, where you can then see that in the future, you can see that if the product, your milk is empty, you take it out of the fridge and the product is empty, it gets automatically added to your basket and automatically then delivered to you in your next fridge. It would also say if you want to have a recipe or you want to cook a meal, the fridge will tell you what you've got, but also what you haven't got if you link that to your recipe finder. So you then can combine and say, okay, I need only those 4 ingredients to make that meal for me tonight. Please make sure I get those products. So it will be fully connected between home, work, and retail. And it will be more and more convenient, and everything will be more visual. And as such, the whole shopping trip will change completely. And the timing of the whole delivery will have to change as well as a result. So what's going to happen? Clearly these developments will continue and will make us think, and that's what we're doing on a daily basis, about what that means for our shopping trip. What does that mean for the interaction with our customers? How many retail space do we still need going forward? There is talk now from our CEO Philip Clark to reduce the space in our stores, because we see that particularly general merchandise sales is more and more going online. At the same time, we see that we're creating stores in stores, and that potentially might be useful for the space that we have. So there's lots of developments. We do believe, though, that stores will continue. And I don't think that pure play will remain as successful as they are. And I'm not saying that Amazon is not going to be successful, clearly, because they have been very successful. Why are they opening so many lockers? Why are they starting to build partnerships with all kinds of petrol stations? Because they realize that it's not just about online. They realize that it's multi-channel. They realize that they need some kind of interaction. And personally, I think that Amazon will have a challenge and a struggle, and there is somebody from Amazon here, I know, with the fact that they don't have that customer interaction. Where we get most positive feedback of our food online business, or operation, sorry, is about the actual moment that the driver, which we call customer delivery assistance, by the way, is handing over the parcels to the customer. That's where the customer really feels value and feels that he's looked after and cared for and trust everything that we're doing. So you can see that pure play players are starting to look into that as well and become more multi-channel than just having one channel to sell through. Mobile will become extremely important, and I think going forward, currently our mobile from our side is used to amend orders rather than to place full orders. But I think with technology improving, screens, displays are getting better. I think in the future more and more customers will order at any time, anywhere on their mobile devices. So what would that potentially look like when you come into store? Well, you go into store and you still need your trolley. I still see that in 10 years' time we have trolleys. They might have more professional wheels and wheels that actually turn much better than they do currently, so that the trolley goes in the direction that you want. But you can then see that you put your smartphone, for example, connect that into your trolley, and you've already uploaded all your data on your smartphone, so your shopping list or anything else. Everything is voice activated, and you start your shopping journey. It then directs you into the right area so that you can do the shopping trip in the shortest possible way. It recognizes you as soon as you walk into the store and say, "Hi John, how are you? Have you seen these promotions?" And these promotions are relevant to John because we know that John, based on all the data we have from his house, from his shopping in store and online, not only with us but also with other retailers, that those items are relevant to him. So we make sure that on the day we give him promotions that are relevant, and that clearly enhances the chance of John actually purchasing them. We also then on that device make sure that John can, because we've got Wi-Fi in all our stores, can use social media because it's very important, and share offers and things going on in store with his friends so that they come in and potentially order this as well. We can also make sure that we make things relevant in terms of their health. So if a customer is very health conscious and needs to look at the gross domestic or the GDA, what is the intake, the daily intake, maybe I'm not held at it. If they clear the intake, we can make sure that we say this is not more than X calories. The alternative is this one for that amount of calories. So which one do you prefer? So you can really see that the interaction and the actual shopping trip becomes extremely personal, relevant to that individual, and that it's going to actually drive more sales. It's also going to be there and then, so when the customer actually wants it, because we still organize ourselves around our capability, whilst we should organize ourselves towards the customer need. That doesn't mean next day delivery anymore, that means now. And that's going to be the challenge going forward. How do we get things now? All of this, what we're doing, and that's extremely important, is to make sure that we take the customer with us. We have trialed contactless payment, but hardly anybody is using it. Customers are still nervous. So customers still prefer, with all the technologies that we've got around them, with all the devices that we have, still prefer to take their wallet and pay by cash. Well, we have to make sure that we cater for that. And we need to make sure that we introduce technology that is actually helping the customer rather than making life too difficult, or we think that we should introduce it for the sake of the technology. So make it relevant and make it personal to customers. So we're dedicated to leading innovation through all the things that we're doing, and we continue to spend a lot of time and money on it, and ensuring that innovations are helpful and useful to our customers, not just for technology's sake, delivering innovation globally. So whatever we do in the UK, we will bring global, but we're now also starting to bring things back from international to UK, and we recognise that we have to take our customers with us. We really need to make sure that we are taking the customers with us in order to make sure that it's not going too fast and we're losing them. I've heard the phrase last week, well, the train is running a mobile payment, so we just have to go with it. And I said, well, okay, that's fine, but have you stopped at any stations to pick your customers up? Because if you don't, then clearly there's no point that the train is running and arrives empty at a certain destination. So the future will see our homes making easy work of the shopping trip, and store becoming more and more helpful and personalised in the trip and in any customer interactions. Thank you very much.